Thank you for tuning in, guys. And if you seen my previous video, I've been having trouble out of my thermostat temp gauge not working. I did a video on testing it, and it's uploaded on the channel. The gauge actually tested good. The wire to the sensor tested good. So it's got to be the sensor not reading. So I picked this up a new sensor. Now this is not a factory OEM sensor, but here is the part number. This sensor was $6 shipped through my door, and I used this brand of product before and had good luck on it, so why not? Pretty much I paid for shipping on this and got the sensor for free, the way I see it. But we're going to stick it in and see how it does. So the first thing you want to do is pretty well pop the hood and unhook your batteries. So that's the new sensor. It ain't got no thread seal or nothing on it, but they ground out through the block and stuff. So you kind of don't want to put thread tape on this unless you have to. I put a little bit on it, probably starting down here towards the bottom, and let the top of the sensor ground out. That's the best way I seem to do it and keep it from leaking. So your sensor for 7.3 is right down here. You either have a 2-wire or 1-wire. They both be the same how we install. We got the 1-wire diesel because those always got to be different than everybody else's. Now I have let this soak in PB Blaster for 24 hours, so it should come out quite easy. And the size is a 17 millimeter. Right, here's our socket. It's 17. It fits a new sensor, so I figured it'll fit this sensor too. Let's try it out. And yes, it fits this sensor good. It's 17 millimeter. I went ahead and put some thread seal on my threads. I didn't put it all the way up because I want this sensor as it goes down to ground out good. And if you put it all the way up on this sensor, it can have trouble grounding out, and then your gauge won't pretty well tell the right temperature or even work. So we're going to go ahead and install this now since we got the old one out. Now you want to make sure it's cold when you take this sensor out. And you can drain your radiator fluid if you want to, but you can put a catch pan down here at the bottom and insert your sensor pretty well as soon as it starts flowing fluid out, and you won't lose much at all if you do it like that. But make sure your hoses is not got no pressure and everything on them. It's up to you how you do it, but this is how I'm going to do mine. This is the old sensor. It's seen better days, but on the new sensor, this is a little bit thicker right here where these threads are, so you have to pretty well spread your little, you got a contact in here. You can spread that, take a one way and spread that wider to where to fit onto the new sensor you got. And trust me, it's a pain in the ass, but mine's fit now. And let's try it up. Let's see if it'll start. So go ahead and hook your batteries back up that you unhooked, and top your radiator off if you drained the radiator fluid, or if you switched your sensor out like I did super fast, you should be good to go. It started light up. It took a little cranking, but I got a fuel bowl that's leaking down and I'm losing my prime. But this is the gauges. My fuel hand, I fixed it, it's working great. Alternator works great. But the temp hand and oil pressure hand and RPM is the 3 gauges that I'm trying to fix. But today I'm focused on the temp hand. So we installed the new temperature sensor since we tested the gauge and the wire going to it, and everything tested good. So if that sensor's the problem, which I'm about 100% it is, we should have operating temperature here soon. Also, check for leaks. The sensor's good. I went ahead and PB blasted my thermostat housing bolt. My hose is still lukewarm. That's a bad sign. I'll tell you why in just a second. So the temp hand has moved just a smidge. I mean, it ain't throwing out hardly any heat. It's lukewarm, and that means the thermostat is stuck open. If this truck's got a thermostat, I ain't sure. I ain't checked it, but y'all will be getting a thermostat video coming soon. And it's been running in about an hour, and as you can see, the temp, it just moved just a smidge. Radiator hose ain't even warm, it's still loose. cold. You might can feel a little bit of warmness. I doubt it. And there ain't no pressure or nothing holding it back. It should done warmed up to operating temperature. So, thermostat on the next video. So, pretty much, you seen the video. A temp hand did move a smidge when the truck actually was setting. It actually warmed up to a hotter degree. And we started it, he went back down to cool. That means the thermostat is stuck open on this big bad boy. But I ain't never been into it, so it might not even have a thermostat for all that I know. Maybe it's stuck shut or something. Maybe somebody took it out so that I get more power without a thermostat. And most engines run more efficient with the hotter the temperatures. That's the reason most new cars, that's fuel injection, runs around 200 degrees. You know, I'm not the old school guy that's going to tell you put a cooler thermostat in your car, because it just ain't true. But they do sell a 203 for this thermostat, which is a factory for internationals. The Ford factory is $195. So we'll probably go with a 203 thermostat. Maybe, I ain't made my mind up yet. Be a nice little upgrade, and probably have a whole lot better heat. And the engine should run just a tad more efficient, even though it's just a few degrees. So I hope you enjoyed this how-to video on replacing your thermostat temp sensor. It should be helpful, hopefully. It helped me, I guess. Maybe mine was bad, but I'm thinking mine might have been, well, mine was bad because it was rusty, but it still might have, once I cleaned them contacts, might have worked, because it just running cool. But we know for sure that one's working. Now let's tackle the thermostat in the next video, and hopefully we have a working temp gauge. Then we'll move on to a RPM gauge and the oil pressure gauge. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching. See you next time.